Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. I'm keeping the door open. I'm just going to be tuning into the energies of the world, see what the universe would like to share with all of us today. It's going to be good. There's going to be wisdom, there's going to be healing here. I don't know what direction it's going to take, but there's something we're going to learn from the unfolding of this message. It's a mystery message. We don't know what it is yet. I guess maybe if you clicked on this video, there's probably a title. So the future is communicating with the past, and I'm part of the past. I'm not part of the future just yet, but I will be soon. I'll be a part of the future soon. When is soon? I guess however long this video takes, and it takes for me to post it and put it available on YouTube. All right, I'm gonna relax, get tuned in here. What would the universe like to tell us today? Message that is going to empower and enlighten our paths. Help us feel more deeply connected with ourselves, our planet, each other. Whether it makes us feel warm and cozy or it challenges us, strengthens us. All right, I'm ready. Okay, the first picture, I feel like I'm out of breath. I just feel, the only way I could describe it is I feel like I'm out of breath. And what makes me out of breath is a sensation of having too much air in my lungs, need to exhale, inability to exhale in order to get the breathing rhythm in right. So there's this sensation of just a little bit jarring here. The sense of breath is jarred. If we're not breathing in a way that makes us feel peaceful, we're kind of clenched up, we're tight, and we're not relaxed. We don't feel peaceful, so that really disrupts the natural flow of breathing. So that's the first sensation, but the picture that they show me, it's like, it's a nursery rhyme. I want to say little boy, little Jack Corners, that there's something about a plum, okay? And he sticks his thumb in a pie and then he has a plum and says, "What a good boy am I?" It's something like this, okay? But I see this, is his name Little Jack Corner? But I see this boy, he's in a corner, there's a big pie, and he stuck his thumb in and he's got this like plum on his thumb. But he also is a plum himself. And there's something about the deep color purple and this inability of proper breathing, okay? It's a bit stifling to begin with. So what does this mean? What is this saying to us? I have no idea. Now let's see what comes next. Can't fix it. The next sensation is whatever is wrong, whatever the problem is, whatever is perceived to be the problem, whatever is the discomfort, whatever is the confusion, what is this nursery rhyme? I can't remember, okay? Whatever it is, there's the sense, the message is you can't fix it. You can't fix it is the message right now. And they're talking to me about perception. And we notice when something isn't quite right, isn't familiar. There's something wrong with me, or there's something wrong with this picture. There's something wrong with my breathing. There's something wrong with something wrong, something wrong, something wrong. And then when we identify that there's something wrong and unfamiliar and it doesn't feel quite right, then we want to fix it, okay? And then there's a sense the message is here, obviously. Well, you can't fix it. I'm not one to say I can't, make it better. I can't try to interpret and to explore where that path is taking me in order to improve the path and maybe take some breathing classes. There's some interesting stuff out there about breathing. And it's like getting to know oneself, being more self-aware. But they're really wanting to focus on the words, I can't fix it. I perceive a problem, I'm witnessing it, I'm observing it, I'm aware of it, I'm kind of trying to put my finger on it, and then I can't fix it. That's the next message, okay? Have you ever said in a most bewildered moment in your life, I've tried everything and I can't fix it. I can't fix it. I think it's actually an achievement. In a weird way, there's more comfort to I can't fix it than maybe we would give it credit for. And sometimes I can't fix it is, in a way, an answer. Maybe it takes the responsibility off our shoulders We're trying everything, nothing is working. Maybe it's okay to acknowledge we're all out of ideas. It lets us get the air out, you know? I can't fix it. Maybe I don't need to be all puffed out like a balloon. Maybe it's okay to just take a break from trying. Would we ever give ourselves a break from trying to fix something? Maybe sometimes, right? Let's see what they say next. You want to take me into this corner here. I think it's Jack Horner. Horner sat in a corner. Is that right? Well, I'm that guy sitting in a corner. And I have something quite wonderful in front of me. I have access to something great here, this pie. And I'm being quite silly about it. Like I'm sticking my thumb into these holes in the pie, and I actually get one onto my thumb, and it's like a big thumbs up. But I'm sort of taking this pie into myself. There's a selfishness about this. I have it all to myself. It's all mine, and I can do whatever I want with it. It's all mine. There's more pie here than one kid could eat. There's more pie here than a family could eat. It's like the colossal pie. It's as big as a table. It's so ridiculously big. And there's this grand achievement, and it seems quite absurd, really. I have all this ginormous colossal pie to myself, and I have this grand achievement, and now I have this plum on my thumb, and I'm so great. It's just ridiculous. It's absurd. But there's nobody in here to scrutinize it. There's nobody in here to say, you can't do that. There's nobody in here to say, what are you doing with your time and energy, you fool? There's better things to do with your life than try to put a plum on your thumb with a big pie all to yourself. Like energetically, there's a conflict, but in one's own individual sort of a world of their own, there's nobody there to scrutinize them so they can be whoever they want to be. And they can be great in and of like that moment to themselves. They can be great to themselves, you know? Then you could take ownership of what makes you feel good about yourself. It doesn't matter what other people think. And you're not really selfish now, are you? Because it's in your own world. And you can do whatever you want in your own world, and nobody is there to scrutinize you but yourself. And you can feel proud of yourself, and you can have that. So we're starting back at the beginning now, and they're reminding me of this sensation, like I have a hard time breathing. It's like there's something wrong with the breath here. And now what is this weird random image boy in the corner? It reminds me of that nursery rhyme. And the sense that I can't fix it is this next weird step. It's just kind of reflecting on life and how we get to moments where we just realize that no matter what we do, no matter who we are, no matter what we say, no matter what we try, no matter what, it's not something that we can fix. It's just not for us to be able to fix that, at least not at this time. Bam, now I'm just this individual in my own little world doing weird things, and I can like myself and nobody has to know. And so it's sort of circulating around so we can understand, well, what is this telling us? What does this mean in the midst of these weird steps of this message? Okay, let's see. It's only so long before you realize that you can have your fun and eat it too, but you're just alone. You're just alone, and that's all you are, is just alone with your big special pie and your special thumb moment, and it's just you alone. Just you all alone. And I experience being this boy who just says, I don't care. I don't care if I'm alone. I have what I have what I want, I can do what I want, and I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody. I have what I want to have. I'm fine. And there's a weird ticking clock that says, yes, you are fine, aren't you? And it's almost like time passing, and time will teach this one how wonderful it is to be alone, until there's this breaking point where being alone is not enough, where being alone isn't wonderful anymore. And it starts to go back to this strange sense of breathing, and then it starts to go back to this moment of, I can't fix it, actually feels oddly triumphant. And all these strange moments are kind of taking place in the circulation of one's own independent life. I'm starting to realize that now, because as I go through these scenes and I'm looking and feeling and being presented with the experience of each thing, I'm starting to feel like I'm in the circulation of one's own life and wanting to step out of that sort of space and step out of that space and not just be one individual person, but be people, be a part of a community, but it's like be a part of people, be a part of more than just myself. That's the next sensation. This is hard. That's what they're showing me. The next step is hard. The next step is hard because there's an odd sense of letting go. And they also show me that our mind and our reality is this perception of sorts. And perception that's sort of sponged in, it's like ingrained into ourselves in ways that we don't realize how ingrained in those perceptions that we are. Now we're this, now we're going to be that. It's not easy to just make that leap to be this person and now be that person. And be somebody who's used to being alone, now be somebody who's used to being around people. It just, is that even possible to break one's own sort of inclination of safety and security, or even maybe the design of their nature, perhaps, to be so unfamiliar to themselves? But life, it seems to me, guides us in these strange steps of awareness and moments in time where we realize that all that we've perceived ourselves to be, or that we've become familiar with, everything that is the I am of myself at this present moment, must go through this change, must go through this new step. And what is this new step? Where is it's taking us, or this one person? Like, where is it going to take us next, right? This new step. How do you know you need one? How can you tell? How do you even begin to try? They're showing me another strange scene where everything I've seen and felt and I've talked about, right? It seems to be revolving time around a single individual person. It's all this time in these couple moments, yes, but it's like built upon time and learning. These are symbolic representations of a life that now must take a new step. And it doesn't really know how to take that step because everything that they are then must be let go of in their mind. Because how can they take a new step in and of themselves to be somebody perhaps new or experiencing life in a new way? They're still sort of dragging all that other stuff with them. And then the question is, it's just a big question mark, like, so is that really what's happening? And is that something that must be done, is the letting go of everything that was in order to be one's lightest self in their brand new expression and new way of doing things? Do they even know what that is? Do they even know how to be that? Can they just act it out and then become that which they're acting out as though nothing else ever happened? All that time and development that has helped guide them in their own personal learning, and the decision of this one moment to become, I don't know, away from this information to become a part of this new information. That's what they're showing me. You guys all have to tell me what this means to you, what you think this message is all about. As of right now, to me, what this makes me think of is about life, how life has its moments, you know? It just has its moments, and sometimes the moments are strange. And in all the midst of these moments and the development of these realizations, oh, I've got to pay attention. You know, why am I choking on my own breath? Oh, I've reached a point where I realize I can't fix it. Well, you know what? I can be happy in my own little world with all my own little things. But something in the midst of all this is just human detail. But there's this passion, desire of the heart to do it differently, with an inability to know how to take that step, or how to be the person of that step. Because you're going to carry all that you've ever been with you. And is that so bad? Is that the weight of yourself you're carrying with you? Do you need to cut that off? Do you need to amputate it so that you could feel lighter or freer of everything that once was, because you're some new person now? Or maybe you just feel like you're becoming a new person. You just want to get there already. So this is kind of what it feels like and what it means to me so far. All right, let's just see what's in the midst of this step, okay? And maybe this message is for people who feel like they're ready for something new, and they're trying to get to that something new. But they're carrying what is familiar of themselves, of the past perhaps, that is weighing down the concept of the new person they're stepping into. It could be something like this, could be something else. You guys all have to share in the comments what it means to you. There's going to be other interpretations. So, let's see. It's nothing, actually. In this big step, in this big event, this decision to everything I've ever witnessed, seen, etc., I'm just going to move forward Let that go into the background. I want to move forward into new things. That step into new things, there's nothing here. There's nothing to see, to feel, to taste, smell, touch, nothing. So what builds reality? What builds a sense of where we are going and who we are in the place that we've reached? And how could we even tell that we'd ever gotten there? Because it's going to feel like we've reached a place of nothing. And inside of nothing, there is everything. Therefore, do you stand in nothing or do you stand in everything? How do you acclimate your senses to a space of nothing that has everything in it? And what is it that you're going to be attracted to first? Is it going to parallel what you had been attracted to? And can you break down your natural attraction to doing it all over again? And so the past then becomes the present, becomes the future. And as you try to reach something new in this place of nothing, you'll attract what exactly? Perhaps you'll repeat the same old lesson again. And if you want to get away from repeating that lesson, how are you going to do it? How are you going to be totally different now? Is that possible? I think anything's possible. But this is what they're showing me. They're showing me this step, bam, I don't see, feel, smell, sense, experience anything at all. Nothing is here, just myself is here. But if I stop and I listen, I pay attention, I notice that there's an illusion. And that in a place of nothing is truly everything. And what is it that I'm going to illuminate to myself first? And when I try to illuminate something, I start to realize I'm only attracting what I had once attracted before. And that then creates a strange concern that maybe I'm just going to do it all over again the same way. Maybe there's no way out of this cycle. It's just what I'm experiencing, okay? So let's see what they show me next about this. It was never you. It was, how would I explain this? Okay. The sense of the individual in the nothing, now starting to illuminate parts of the everything that are truly here, attracted to some things familiar from the past. But a new ingredient appears, something that's not familiar from the past, and it's people. It's new people, basically. And energetically, I have no familiarity with who these people are. Which means in the everything, there are some things that are going to be new. And some things that might be part of our old familiarity. But integrated into the old familiarity of the future, part of the past, part of then the present of the future, there then is integrated in new energy through the gift of new people. New people, that's what I'm being shown, new people. And that new people are like a gift or a present from the universe. The universe is gifting our lives new people. That's what they say. So you should welcome new people into your life, and new people who are like a gift from the universe. And this doesn't feel like the kind of gift that maybe it's going to be challenging. I mean, gifts are challenging too, because we have to always grow and we have to learn communication and each other's styles, and we grow and learn together. But this seems like familiar soul tribe type people. Like people where we somehow speak each other's language, and any of our nuances, we kind of get each other without being bothered by that. Those are gifts, truly. The type of people that are gifts. And you know what's interesting is once these people appear, it's the people that are gifts, that in the nothing and the everything at the same time, these people that are gifts are at the forefront of the attention. And nothing else so much matters as the joy of getting to share life with other people that are sharing their life with you, where you speak each other's language. And suddenly you realize nothing that you'd ever been, and nothing that you are, or whatever you carry with you from the past, none of it matters. It's like the ultimate way of shedding a skin that you sort of carried with you because you were the individual. But then you start to share with other people, and they just like you for who you are. And now it just gives you permission to be okay with everything. And be okay with what you can't fix, and be okay with your weird memories in your corner of your lonely world, and be okay with whatever the breathing was, the fear, the anxiety, or who knows what it comes from. Maybe it's public speaking, maybe I don't know, maybe it's work, maybe it's money troubles, maybe it's bad dreams, you know, it could be a lot of things. Let's challenge our breathing to feel sort of in a rhythm of contentment and confidence and security without trying, you know? I'm okay with my life, no matter what happens, no matter what has happened, no matter how it's molded and shaped me. I'm okay with my life. I'm okay with who I am. And I'm okay with whatever curveball wants to happen next. I'm okay with the worst case scenario or the best case scenario. I'm okay. And it feels like when these gifts of people appear, there's no focus on the breathing. There's no focus on the plum boy. There's no focus on what can't be fixed. Like it's all sort of integrated into it. None of that stuff matters. It's the people. It's not trying to find something that creates a better life. It was the people all along. Just appreciation of people. Appreciating people that then also appreciate you. And there's a big hug that happens in the nucleus of this whole message. And that hug just radiates sunshine and starlight. It's this like combination of loving light that heals and is creatively influencing growth. Emotional warmth, mental warmth, physical warmth, warmth of the planet, warmth of the exchanges with each other, warmth in the soul. It gives us warmth, and then we become the mirror of that warmth. I really like this sort of end of the message. It's all about the center of our heart. It's like the center of our galaxy and the sun that the planets revolve around, right? It's like, here's the center of our heart and it shines bright. It's like, don't forget that. Don't forget the power of your own heart and your own sunshine and your own light and how powerful that can be for others. And sometimes others bring out the best in us. Then we bring out the best in them. And then the sunlight just shines brighter in these exchanges, you know? That's a good thing. All right. Well, that's the message. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for hanging out and being a part of the experience. Thank you for your comments. I hope you all have a very wonderful rest of your day.